Hello, this is Edward Demakis, Wing Chun, Bothell, Washington. Today we're going to have another interview with John DiVirgilio of the Wing Chun Association in Hawaii. I think we are going to focus today on footwork and try to grab some insight from Master John. So let me see if I get him online.
Okay.
Hey, hello, Master John DiVirgilio. I'm glad to have you back on. I was curious, since how you've been to Hong Kong many times, and I know that you've had the opportunity with Master Wong Sheng Leong, Master Wong Chok, and I was curious about the footwork that you may have seen while you were there between both of these.
Both had excellent footwork. Wong Sheng Leong was very quick, short shuffling and all, but so was Wong Chok. They're both footwork guys. Wong Chok, in my opinion, had the very best of forms. His forms through the 3 sets and the wooden man were just crisp, real sharp. Wong Sheng Leong was a little bit on the rougher side, and I noticed his dummy techniques included some short man stuff, which is okay. It fit him. But I think you're asking about the highlights. They're both passed on now. One of the highlights was what's called a special pendulum footwork, the broken clock pendulum. You know how a pendulum swings?
Yes.
You have this broken clock swing. So they would have a slant guard, and it'd be jerk like a kick, and step off my left, then right. And that's doing the back version. You can also do the facing version where they would fake the kick, step left, but then shuffle 2, offset, and then push it. So both men were real good at that, moving in a pendulum action. And then you could also call it the broken plate, where, plate falls on the ground, you have big pieces. Yes. You have kind of jag it and step in. And whereas Wong Chok told me that Yip Man had told him this is the idea that his teacher, Zhao Qinhua, used in all his undefeated fights. He'd use this staggering offset step, and they'd come up with a tiu ma, and he'd often either fake a back kick or jam with the front kick and then make a motion. But it'd always be a jerk, offset. You didn't want to go too much that way, but preferred to your right, 2 or 3 steps, then make the entry. You use the Humbo to make the entry that way. Now, this also turns out to be in Wong Sheng Leong's sword system. He's really good on this. Even though the form itself, unpacked, is this stepping forward and backward. When you unpack it, uses a lot of lateral, a lot of actions like the Cham Mundo, chopping the wrist from the slant guard. In the forms, you just slap and just cut from below. Huh?
Yes.
But unpacking, he'd step off, he'd step off laterally. So you have to see the side actions also, depending on the range and all, and the type of weapon you're facing. So I like that broken plate thing where you're swinging like the edge of the plate, but it's broken, jagged, and you come in. You prefer on your right side. So this is also Wong Chok. The Wong Chok, his frame of mind came from the story from Yip Man about Zhao Qinhua in his many fights in southern China.
Was Wong Chok much taller than Wong Sheng Leong?
Wong Chok, maybe 5'8.5". Wong Sheng Leong was way down like 5'2".
So, I mean, their footwork was very different?
No, they both like that side and fast shuffling and continuous force. But it was never a direct force, with the one exception that Yip Man and Wong Sheng really preferred but not so much Wong Chok. What was called, it only works once. And it does not work in a ring. It'll work in a street fight once. And it's using a shielded hand with a double gong, guan, a ding. And it's called the offset, half body on one side, shielded slant kick. And it'll be used in a situation where there's multiple opponents, but you can't wait because you're going to die. So you actually have to press to an escape point. And as you press to the point in a very aggressive, forceful, perhaps a run, the very last instant, you offset. I'm going to offset to his strong side, which is not good. Usually want to offset to his weak side or his left side. Offset by half stepping, but you may step into something, so they make a shield. And the foot is already caught because it's stepped and it's dragging. So as you offset, hopefully my bad knee will, then it's slant kick. You can slant kick and continue through and go. So it's called offset. Now it has to be timed just right, where you have to look desperate. You force yourself coming at the opponent. The very last instant, just as you get to kicking range, he calls a mind, M-I-N-D, trap. He's expecting to counter punch you or counter kick you at that point. At the very last instant, you offset, but you may step into something, right? So you have to have the offset plus the shield, but that's not enough either. You have to also fire your kick. It's called offset. So I have my students just walk 2 steps and do it against the wall, and then 3-step approach, then a little faster as they get comfortable doing that. So that's one of Wong's favorite. He'd always have that slanted kick off the guan.
Wong Chok.
Wong Chung Yang.
Wong Chung Yang.
Wong Chok was this really square, upright, and very much taller, longer reaching man. We like footwork. In fact, Wong Chung Yang is Wong Chok's senior. See him. So yeah. Wong Chok had a lot of good. This is, you know, the guy who's perfected the best is Wong Chung Yang. Wong Chung Yang. So Wong Chok had some good reflection on his older brothers, his younger brothers. He didn't have too many kind things to say about Yip Man. He thought Yip Man was just too much of a closed door, didn't teach you all type of person.
I wonder, John, do you know if Yip Man has either Wong Chok or Wong Shung Young ever talk about Yip Man maybe doing like private lessons, one-on-one? I mean, I know
Wong Chok, Chow, and I think it was Moya. All 3 of them paid for a small group private lessons. Wong Shangyang stated that he had to go got one section a year. He would teach Yip Man's public class, 1 section a year. So you talk about the swords, right?
Yeah. So
yeah, it was interesting. Wong Chok's the one who told me that, hey, he's on the phone and you know, he talking. He comes back to tell Robert Young in front of Wong Long, hey, you mind just put your name in as the number 1 guy to do Chisao. You know, the detectives called our teacher. They wanted someone to be an instructor for Chisao and all, and everyone was. And Yip Man went all the way down to Wong Long, got the best hand. So he has a nickname, you know, King of Chisao. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good for a sip of tea to ponder.
Yes.
Some ideas on that.